I started getting real sick yesterday. Uh, that murder in Minneapolis really got to me. And I couldn't listen anymore. I couldn't listen anymore. It was making me really sick. So I felt pretty bad about myself, like I'm a loser, and this is important news, and I should be paying attention, and I have to do something.
CQ, this is W9GFO. Is anybody out there?
The people need to see what I've seen. They need to see.
This is the way it's been done for billions of years. Just small moves, Ellie. Small moves.
Which makes sense. I mean, yeah. And I also know that I'm 70 years old. I'm disabled. I'm bleeding. I'm in a little shed with not enough insulation, probably, or heat. Rationing my propane. I'm physically not strong. I don't have any money. I can't. It's really cold. It's not Minneapolis cold, but it's cold. Trying to make my propane last until my Social Security comes next month. If the microphone's rubbing on my blanket, I'm sorry. I'm lying under the covers. It's I don't know what time it is. What time is it? It's almost 11 p.m. It's really cold in here. It's below freezing. So I've got the covers pulled up, and I think my blanket might be rubbing against the microphone, and there's not a whole lot I'm going to do about that because I'm not going to make myself sicker or sick with covers pulled down or whatever, you know what I mean? So I wanted to record last night, but it was too emotionally intense for one thing, and it was bitter cold last night. I mean, dangerously cold last night. So I was just trying to get through. So maybe it's just as well because I've had a day to think and to listen to what other people are thinking. And I got some stuff I want to say now. I think it's a good thing I took the time. I think it's a really good thing that I didn't. I mean, I watched the video like several videos. I don't know, a dozen or more times. One of them was really slowed down and showed real good screen caps of when specific things happened, so because and I think we all knew that the federal government was going to spread misinformation. I mean, Nome did the minute it happened, but they hadn't investigated anything. The body was still warm, and she's calling this poor guy a terrorist, and because when people do the wrong thing, they make excuses for it, and blame the victim kind of thing. So it's probably just well I didn't do anything yesterday because I had really carefully watched the videos and listened to a lot of analysis of it, from people who are in the military and in law enforcement and so on about what they saw when they looked at the video. I'm like, this whole thing, I don't know how far down that's going to go, that glow icon, because I don't know how many chunks away I can be and, that kind of stuff. Yes, I found a mine shaft out. My favorite thing, mine shafts. My cat is doing something bizarre. Hey, it's a cat. Cats do bizarre things. So I was feeling real down on myself, and then I realized, with all the things I'm going through, I'm doing pretty good keeping up at all. There wasn't anything I could do yesterday about any of this, except absorb it and try to learn from it. So I had to let that go, beating myself up. But it's a trauma response. See, that's part of what's going on here is that we're all going through a collective trauma. And I've been through these before that really feel like they've changed the nation, changed the world. The first time was when I was a little kid and they killed Martin Luther King too, but the first one was John Fitzgerald Kennedy, President of the United States, when he was assassinated. We didn't exactly watch it live on TV, but they had video of it and they showed it to us pretty much right away. And it was the first time I think that Americans had seen anything like that. And it felt like, well, we can never go back now. We're, but it was like there was a boundary that could not be, we never even considered it would be violated. And that had happened now. And life would never be the same, And it wasn't. It really wasn't. And then all the other guys started getting killed off. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Kennedy's brother, who, by the way, Robert F. Kennedy, not Jr., was a really decent guy, and it was a real crime. And maybe the reason his son is such a jerk is because he's resentful about his dad. Like he's been in the shadow of his dad his whole life. Maybe it has something to do with that. I have no idea. Because he's a jerk. I mean, he's a total jerk. His daddy would whip his butt, you know. So what do we do now? Oh, and then there was some other stuff too, like going to that war in Iraq and stuff. And then 9/11, when the towers came down and the Pentagon got struck, and they managed to ditch that plane in that field so it wouldn't hit anything. They were all lines in the sand. It's like nobody could have imagined it would happen, and it has happened, and we can never go back, and life will never be the same, and it never was. And it was terrifying because we didn't know what's life going to be like now. And it's, frankly, it's gotten worse. Each one of these things has made life worse. Well, for one thing, like with 9/11, that's how Homeland Security got created. And we all knew that was going to be a problem. And we knew it would be abused. It would be a way for powerful people to abuse regular citizens, and we couldn't defend ourselves against it. And if we tried, we would be told that we're un-American, or maybe we're sympathizing with our enemies, or, you know, that kind of bogus junk that they do. So, what was it called? I can't remember. Patriot Act. Gave the government way too much power over private citizens and so on. We knew. Well, now here we are. You know, I'd have a good big space to work if I just took all this out. Right now I'm going to put it's a little dim through here. So now here we are, and we literally, overtly, you can just see it. I mean, Renee Good got killed, and they immediately came out with a bunch of lies about her, and now they're investigating her wife. Seriously? And let's see, now this, what's his name, Freddie? They're trying to call him a terrorist. Working at the VA hospital, one of the most patriotic people you will ever meet. Stars and Stripes forever, red, white, and blue kind of guy. And they try to call him a domestic terrorist. So how do you survive that? When everything's changed, and I mean, we're doing absolutely the opposite of anything I was raised to believe was right. You know, we're literally supporting fascism out in the open. And they're not even pretending anymore. You know, they're just, they're even using fascist slogans and stuff on their websites and all that junk. It's not coded anymore. It's not, you know, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They mean it now. They're just saying it right out loud. So what do you do? Or what do I do? Because I'm just a teeny tiny little poor person sitting out here all alone in the desert. Literally nobody, I tried to ask for help to get propane and stuff because I knew this storm was coming. I wasn't asking for free help. I was going to pay people. And nobody cared. I called a couple of volunteer organizations and a couple of nonprofits. I even called this church that's always saying how progressive and liberal and open-minded they are. They didn't even return my phone calls. So it was terrifying, you know, because this storm is coming and nobody knew how long it would be. This, I think, is going to be the coldest night. I'm going to have to get off of here soon because it's just going to be too cold to work. Which reminds me of a short meth thing. I can't believe how many irons there are here. This is a beautiful spot. So what do I do? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I do. And it occurred to me that the things I can do that are the most useful are, for one thing, maintain my mental health. At all costs, I have to maintain my mental health. Whatever that looks like, whatever I have to do. Oh, I didn't want to put that in the green one. Whatever I have to do, I need to do it. Because I'm never going to be useful to anybody if I lose it. You know? So I have to make my mental health a priority. And my physical health. Did I take stuff out of here? Probably. Hello? Hello? Maybe not. I don't know. So that's one thing. And what I did yesterday, it was so dang cold. I mean, I was comfortable. I've done some stuff to make it pretty nice in here. Take a little bit of insulation and stuff to make it a little cozy. Nothing way fancy, but enough, you know, to survive okay. During the day, at night, when it was way below freezing and the wind was blowing, that was a whole different story. So one of the things I did was I have some pretty nice ground coffee. And there's all kinds of stuff down there. I made really good coffee all day long, just a cup at a time. So it wouldn't get cold and it wouldn't get weird. And I mixed it with, I have bought some cream at The last time I had groceries ordered. So I had real cream. So I had coffee with real cream and hot cocoa mix. What a treat. Now there was 45. There they are. Okay, I'll put these in there. Put these in there. Put these in there. Let's see. What else can I do? And it was kind of like, it was like a snow party. So while I was having, I'm bumping my microphone, I know it. While I was having to listen to some pretty terrifying stuff, that was really, really scary. I still had warm, comfortable, happy things around. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't anything fancy. It wasn't anything like, well, I deserve to spend money. It wasn't one of those kind of deals, where people act like fools and spend too much money because I deserve it, because I'm worth it. Well, of course you're worth it. Make yourself go broke isn't going to make anything better. You know what I mean? So it wasn't anything like that. It was just making sure my body was comfortable and relatively happy. And I better check my inventory because I'm pretty full. No, I'm okay. It really helped. And the other thing was giving myself some grace, letting myself know that it's okay that I'm scared. It's okay that I'm overwhelmed. It's okay that it's hard to think with all this crap going on. I wonder which way I should go next. I kind of want to make this all this part right here one big project. I don't want to kind of divide it up, because I'm afraid I'll forget where it is and get lost and stuff. I think I should go back toward the entrance and clean up those right along there and save this for like dessert another day. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. Oh no, that's okay. I was making that up. I thought it was something worse than it was. Nope, can't do it. And then the other thing is to start looking at what people are doing. That Mr. Rogers thing about look for the helpers. When something bad happens, look for the helpers. So I started looking at what people are doing, like the mutual aid and the observers. They're training observers in Minneapolis, and now that's spreading to other cities as well. I think I just saw 500 volunteers just signed up in Philadelphia. Now, I don't think they're expecting anything relatively soon, but they will be ready. And these are just regular people, sitting in a church basement, learning how to watch vehicles and record license numbers and, how to record video, how not to be in the way so that they can't be accused of interfering. Just the things that a normal American citizen should be able to expect that they can do, even though the government is lying and saying we should not expect that we can do them. So watching that happen was really something nice. And I'm in this group of people who, fiber arts group, they make things out of, I don't know. They do the regular knitting and stuff and sewing and stuff like that, but then they do all kinds of really wild and interesting creative projects too. Hold on, I got a cough. Let me see if I can do this. I almost forgot to turn it back on again. I'm watching him like that little Latino boy, that little 5-year-old that they kidnapped and took to a detention facility in Texas, of all places. How far can they take him? He was wearing that little bunny hat. Well, people figured out how to make a pattern so you can make that little bunny hat. And people are planning to make them, and either they will wear them or their children will wear them when they attend public events. So I thought that was, and some people had already made them, and he'd only been incarcerated a few days. So that was beautiful, seeing people had done that. There's a bunch of other stuff like that too. I bet there's something down here, and I'm not going to look right now because I'm talking to y'all. But I bet if I go right that way, I bet there's some. So what else? What other kinds of things? Oh, people are doing real mutual aid. I wish people out here would do that, and I don't think they're taking life very seriously because we have a huge Latino and Native population here, and I think we're really vulnerable. And of course, there's a bunch of Hispanics who are saying, well, I'm Hispanic and I don't feel like anything's threatening me, and if you just obey orders and do what they say, they're not going to do anything to you. And I'm like, did you not see that they're killing white people? So I wish people would do mutual aid and stuff out here, but there's a lot of people, they pay lip service and they don't really do anything, or they go down on the street corner with a sign approved by the Democratic Party, and they stand there and protest self-righteously for a little while. They schedule it for like one day a week or something. It's not really a protest, it's just a walk with signs, I guess. It's more like a recreational activity than anything, useful. So it's nice to see that people are doing things that are that actually matter and that are creative. That was the big thing for me, was they were being creative. And it reminded me that, if you, Emma Goldman, I think it was, said, if I can't dance at your revolution, I'm not going to come. What a smart thing to say, This is a really nice cave, isn't it? I don't want to go too far. Well, now I'm all curious. You know how that goes. So I'm thinking that, with the things the way they are right now. Now, see, I want to come back here and dig out that dirt, but that would take up too much of my inventory, I think. Yeah, I think it pretty much would. Look at all the iron I got. Holy smokes. I'm real tempted. I'll come back. Whoop. Oh, I hate it when that happens. So what I'm trying to do is to remember that it's okay to be, nice. It's okay to be creative. It's okay to take good care of myself. Because what good am I to other people if I start losing my stuff? You know what I mean? I need to be healthy and alert. And I need to do it for my own good, too. Because obviously I'm in danger, too. Maybe not as much as some other people would be. But I'm not out of the woods. This is a vindictive, nasty administration, if you want to call it administration. That likes vengeance and likes to call people monsters who aren't monsters, because isn't that the pot calling the kettle black? I should be using my fancy pickaxe. Oh, I got hiccups. There we go. Yeah, I might come down here another time, because I've found that sometimes dirt and gravel are not so much sand, because, well, it depends on the environment you're in. If it's an unusual place for sand to be, then definitely dig it out. But if it's in a desert or something, don't even worry about it. So anyway, they tend to hide good stuff when you're in caves. If you move that out of the way, you might find something decent. I also find it to be true with lava. If you could, save up your gravel and then come down and fill lava lakes when you're way down deep, because it's not exposed to the air, blocks that aren't exposed to the air are more likely to have ores and stuff in them. And it was my experience in the past that I tended to do a pretty good job of getting stuff if I would fill lava lakes with... There's something up there in there. Fill lava lakes with, gravel, and then dig it out. And I would find diamonds and redstone and, the works. Yeah, there's definitely someplace up there. Someplace I've been. Holy smokes, I filled up all my things. See, I didn't want to do any more driving around, because look at this. What can I consolidate? Not much. Nope, that's not it. There. Now, can I put stuff in it while it's in that spot? I can try. Okay. Nope. Now I bet I can, though. Yeah, okay. So I learned a new trick. But it still didn't help with picking up the stuff, did it? Nope. Can I... I guess I'm going to have to throw that out. Yep. Sorry. I like having cobblestone, but I guess I'm not going to have any this time. So what I can do is keep making my videos. Keep being aware so that if there is anything I can do that is actually useful for people, because I know it's coming here, New Mexico's going to get it. It's going to happen. But when they come here, I'm so far away from people and stuff, there's not a whole lot I can do. But there must be something, right? So, I don't know. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. Oh, there's a single rail sitting there. How silly is that? Okay. More iron. Okay, put one of these. And just take care of my health. And try not to be a total wreck. Because this is national grief. And like I said, I've experienced it before. But this time, we don't have any leadership. We don't have anybody saying, to validate our experience and say, yeah, this is a horrible thing that should never have happened and it's dangerous to our country and to our culture and stuff. We don't have anybody to do that. Because all we've got is the people who are causing the damage, So, we're stuck with these freaks that are really making people sick. Now they're killing them. So, I have to leave it to people who are physically stronger and more economically privileged and with better organizational skills than I have. And if I trust their judgment, and that'll be a matter of finding out their background, What experience do they have? Have they ever done this kind of work before? Can they actually be trusted, or are they just trying to make money off of a bad situation? Stuff like that. Then I can decide what to do next. Yes, I am going the right way. Wait a minute. Okay, well, I don't want to try that. I've got too much stuff. So the best things I can... Yes, I'm scared. Oh, my God, am I scared. There's real full-blown... I mean, it's always been a fascist country. Let's not kid ourselves. But this... I mean, this is stuff my parents fought against, my parents' generation. This is... The United States of America is over. The way I knew it, the way you knew it even. It's over. I mean, we can't even pretend it's not anymore. That's going to look good when those goldberries come in, isn't it? Heck yeah. That's the caving I don't like way down there where the diamonds are. I hate it down there. They've made it too dark to see. It's really hard when you're vision impaired to work down there. And it's precarious. It's full of holes and cliffs, and if the monsters around, I couldn't play it at all. So my thing is to read as much as I can, because they don't want us to read. I'm doing all the things they don't want us to do. They don't want us to read, so I'm reading. They don't want us to save money, so I'm saving money. They want us to spend and be in debt. They don't want us to think, so I'm thinking. That's why they keep us busy with the algorithms and the dopamine and, all the stuff with the, what do you call it? The social media stuff and all the hyper junk. And they try to keep us all distracted and stuff, so because that way we're easier to control. What the heck is that? Oh, that's okay. All right. They try to keep us all distracted and stuff so that we're easy to... I'm just going to take this up to my big house. Well, it's not a big house. I don't have a big house here. Eventually, I'll explain to you what this place is. Not in this video yet, but someday soon. This should not be like this. This should be... Whoop. Uh-oh. I should be able to walk straight up from here. What did I do wrong? I guess I go this way. Okay. I wanted to get this out, though, because I think probably I'm not the only one who's freaked out. And my point is that this is a trauma. This is a serious, real trauma. And everybody's going to try to play it off like it's not. And they're going to try to act like anybody who has a real emotional reaction to this stuff is a snowflake and a soy boy and all that crap that they say. But it really is a trauma. And the people who are... I'm going to get creative so you can see it. The people that are supporting this fascism, the cheerleaders, they're being traumatized too. And the more trauma they experience, they're like abused children. The more trauma they experience, the more they double down. Maybe I should see it. I think I hear... Yeah, I do. I hear a guy. I think I'll just dump this off in here. And after I'm done talking to you, I'll deal with it some other time, okay? Because, it's hard for me to do this stuff and talk to you at the same time. Oh, I could have left that down there. Oh, well. Coal. There's that pickaxe I just got from Joe, and I don't know what to do with it. But I'll figure it out. Rails. Oh, I should smelt that, huh? Yes, I should. Look at all that iron I got just talking to you guys. Hokey smokes. My villagers seem to be very happy, don't they? Well, I gave them all kinds of... I don't have quite all the workstations because I always forget some of them. But I gave them workstations and stuff to do, and I'm building them all houses. And I mean, like modifying houses for them and stuff. I'm not used to having villagers with red shirts. It's like I'm in a Star Trek thing and they're all going to get killed by aliens. So I think that we need trauma therapy. And of course, I don't think that any of us really have very much access to that these days. But we make it a big deal out of it where they're gaslighting you, I mean, the whole culture's doing it. I mean, even other so-called progressive people who should understand, are being real jerks about, why are you being so sensitive? Why are you making a big deal out of it? And of course, they're doing the thing where, well, this is a big emergency, so you shouldn't be talking about your civil rights as a disabled person. You should be focusing on fascism coming to America. And I'm like, excuse me, the way we treat disabled people is part of fascism coming to America. And, every time you call somebody crazy or make fun of them because they pooped their pants or whatever, you're participating in eugenics. You're participating in fascism. Every time you use a slur about disabilities, that kind of stuff. So, but we're supposed to be quiet now, sit in the back. Well, everybody panics because 2 white people got shot. 2 able-bodied, white, cis-appearing people one of whom is probably heterosexual. You know, they tick off all the boxes. And so they're important. Not all the other people that ISIS or Border Patrol or whatever has killed in the past, well, year. Or even this year. There's been 6 other deaths, you know. Or is it 7? Something like that. So, I mean, we're supposed to just be quiet now because the white people are talking. You know, I'm saying white people, but it's not just because they're white. They, you know, people with more privilege. Well, if they're coming after the white people, none of us are safe. You know what I mean? So, and I've got things that make me a target too, and I can't count on any mutual aid. I can't even hire somebody to go pick up my propane for me. My friend Pat's going to come, I think, on Wednesday, and she's going to take my propane tanks into town where I actually have an account with a propane company in town. And I should just barely have enough propane to last until Wednesday. And, I mean, she doesn't live that far from here. But she has to take time off. I don't know if she has to take time off from work. She has to work it into her schedule. And she's got other things she could be doing besides this. You know what I mean? So, and then next month she said she's got some bills she needs to pay off. And since I'm looking to hire somebody to help me out with chores and stuff anyway, would I hire her? And I said, you know, that's the best idea because I can trust her. She's not going to mess me over. You know, she's actually going to do what she says she's going to do. And if she can't, she'll tell me. And I don't have to worry about her thumping me in the head or threatening to kill me like some of these fools out here have done. I don't have to worry about her not showing up when she says she's going to show up, that kind of stuff. So that's a tremendous relief. Plus the money's going to somebody that I know will use it in productive ways. And like I've had to hire people who went out and got high and then they couldn't do the job anymore because they got too high. That kind of junk. All right, listen, I'm going to go, but I want you to know that what's sustaining me, and maybe this will be useful to you, what's sustaining me for me is all the people are doing all the wonderful things. This has been a real wake-up call for a lot of people, and they're really doing right. They're, you know, like, okay, we got something to do, like, let's just dig in and do it. Like, Minneapolis, you know, it's really cold there, and these people take care of each other. I mean, it's really cold here in the winter. It's not that much better in the summer, but they really do take care of each other, and so they know how to roll up their sleeves and make sure everybody's taken care of. Otherwise, people will freeze to death, right? So they're not sissies about it, and it's not optional. It's been part of their DNA, sort of, you know, for a very long time, and they're a really good example of how to do community. Like, there was a ball game, I don't know, the something Wolves, Timber Wolves, something, I don't know what kind of, I don't even know it was a ball game. Anyway, sports, it could have been hockey, I don't know what it was. Anyway, they were all in a, stadium, and the game was about to start, and the announcer said, a moment of silence for Nurse Purdy, and they showed a big picture of him on the screen, and there was a moment of silence, and then somebody yelled out, F ice, except they said the real word, and then the stadium started chanting F ice. It wasn't about Republicans and Democrats and which church or temple or whatever you go to. It wasn't about any of that. It was about their community had been invaded, and one of their own, a hero of their community, had been killed, and the whole stadium erupted into chanting and applause. It was a beautiful thing to see. So maybe this will smack some people upside the head and get them to wake up. I don't know. It might be a good thing, you know. We might turn it into a good thing. You need to go live with the others that don't have jobs, or I need to find you a job that you can do. That isn't. It'll be kind of like a pretend job. I pretend these guys can do a job. Like, here's these two. I made them a little house. And they're not in it. Oh, where are they? Oh, I've been having some problems with people getting down here. Not people, animals getting down here. And getting stuck in things. And I made this pond and little waterfall thing. Because we're not far from a jungle here, so I just thought it'd be kind of, there you are, where's your brother? Or sister, or whoever it is. Anyway, where's the other one? Why aren't you in bed? It's nighttime, right? Yeah? I don't know. I think their diurnal clock, whatever it's called, gets messed up when I'm around too much. I don't know. I was saving llamas, but then I thought, oh my gosh, you know, that's a wild one to put a chest on, but I think I'm just going to keep turning them loose now. I don't need that many llamas, you know. I'll save the ones with the most pockets. What are you doing down there? Somebody kick you around? Poor thing. Yeah, I'll show this to you, but not right now. I'll show it to you another video. Nice little village, though, huh? There's a llama. I also have trouble trying to tell the llamas from the Golems. Lots of dogs over here. This is just another digging cave. I thought it'd be better than it was. I'm glad I'm doing the glowberry thing. Look at this. That's not a, what do you call it, cave. It's just that I'm going down here. I put glowberries and let them grow for a while and come back, you know. I got a cough. Okay, well, according to my counter, this is about a 38-minute video, which is longer than a minute to be. It's way too cold. I shouldn't be in here. I should be, not doing this. I can't even put it up tonight because it's just too dang cold. I'll wait until morning. We can do this. We can do this. It's going to be hard, and a lot of people are going to hurt. But we can do this, and we can do it better. It's not going to be the United States of America the way it was. We've got very few options about how it's going to turn out. And yeah, it could be civil war, or it could be territories like North, Southeast, and West territories, because they would divide up kind of geographically by, subcultures. It could end up another authoritarian regime, or if we're really, really lucky, we can actually turn this into something beautiful, useful, and positive. It's the least likely outcome, but it's the most positive one, and it's the one to work for. So no, I'm not going to give up hope, and I don't think it's useless. And I think it could be a much better place. I don't think I'll be here to see it. I'm 70 years old, It'll take at least 20, 30 years for this to happen. But I think a lot of you will see it, and your kids will. So, we can't be cowards. We have to be. I know it's really easy to say, well, if I just hide in a corner. Believe me, I know. If I just hide in a corner, maybe it'll wash over the top of me and it won't hurt me. That's not how this stuff works. So they will find you. If they want you, they will find you. If they want me, they will find me. I don't think I'm going to matter that much to them, but these people are so petty, that the slightest little inconvenience to them, they think has to be punished because they're fragile. One more thing before I leave, or before I let you go. The mashed potato story, do you know it? When he was about 7 years old, he had a younger brother. Might have been Bob or Bill or something. Anyway, he had a younger brother, maybe about 5. The brother would have been 5. And there was a family dinner. Grandma cooking everything. And he was pestering his brother. I don't know what he was doing to him. Nobody ever explained it. Mary Trump has told his story. Anyway, there was this family dinner, and he was pestering his brother. Torturing him. The kid was crying. This sounds like a really unhealthy family to me, because nobody seemed to be able to stop him from torturing his brother. And finally, Grandma started bringing out the food. And this is a big dinner for like 8 or 10 people, something like that. Grandmas and aunts and all that junk. Well, Grandma started bringing out the food. One thing she brought out was a big, huge bowl of mashed potatoes. And nobody could get little Donnie to stop picking on his brother. So I think it was Donnie's older brother picked up that bowl of mashed potatoes and dumped it on Donnie's head. And that stopped him. He stopped picking on his brother. But everybody in the room started laughing at him. And he got so mad. And he never forgave it. And if anybody told that story at a family gathering, he was just hateful about it. He never forgave it. You don't dare laugh at Donnie. And that's the kind of petty we're dealing with here. Only he's petty with his finger on the nuclear codes, So, and he's got Carolyn Levitt, who's just as snarky and snotty, and that Christy Nome, she's just a flat-out gangster. They all are, but, and then we got a bunch of Democrats that are too scared of their own shadows, so they're writing strongly worded letters instead of doing anything. But we can do this. We've done it before, and this is even, the payoff's going to be even better. It's going to be a lot better. We got to work with each other, disabled, queer, people of color, people of different ages, socioeconomic backgrounds. We got to work it together. Look at Minneapolis, because they're doing it. They're doing it. And we can do it. Pay attention to the people who are doing good work, and follow their lead. Don't form a cult. Don't mindless obedience. Don't do any of that kind of crap. Really pay attention and listen. There's the other villager. Really pay attention and listen, and learn to read, learn to study, learn to think for yourself, learn to think for yourself. Learn how not to comply, not to let your fear overwhelm you. We can do this. We can absolutely do this. These are all things I'm applying in my own life, and I don't mean to tell you what to do, but I kind of mean to tell you what to do. It's just my advice, my opinion. Take it or leave it. But we don't have to just sit and take this crap. We don't have to sit and take this crap. I know, I come from an abusive family. We don't have to take this crap. Just because somebody dumped mashed potatoes on his head. It's insane. The triviality of it is just insane. There's no excuse for it. All right. That's all I got. You're alive. Wake up. I'd hug you, but my arms don't bend. Goodbye.
I will kill you.
Like, dislike, share, comment, subscribe, or the dog gets it!